here from Wilkinson Cameras, and today I'm talking about the brand new DJI Mini 5 Pro, and wow, DJI have really packed a lot into this tiny body. If you're a photographer looking for a drone, this is where you should start your search. I've flown the full DJI range from the Neo through to the Mavic 4 Pro, and I personally own the Air 3S, and this is basically a one camera Air 3S in a mini body. It's packed full of features which makes it easy to fly, easy to track subjects, and great for both photos and videos, even if you've never flown a drone before and want to add a new perspective to your existing photography kit. On paper, we've got a 1-inch CMOS sensor, nightscape obstacle sensing, 225-degree flexible gimbal rotation, and upgraded ActiveTrack 360-degree, all while still keeping it lightweight and portable at under 249 grams. Compared to the previous model, we've got a bigger sensor, better resolving power, better quality photos and videos, better tracking, 48 gigabytes of internal storage, a newly designed body, true vertical shooting, fast flight, better subject tracking, improved obstacle avoidance, and much, much more. This tiny little drone really packs a punch. I've been using this for a few weeks now, so in this review I'll break down what all of that actually means, how it performs in the real world, who should buy this, and whether it's worth upgrading from your Mini 4 Pro, or even stepping down from something like the Air 3S. I've taken it all over, testing its tracking abilities on fast-moving subjects like cyclists and runners, capturing sunset light across Manchester cityscape, and even some bits up in the Scottish Highlands. Okay, first things first, that new 1-inch CMOS sensor. The previous model, the Mini 4, had a really decent sensor, but this one's nearly double the surface area, which means it's capturing a lot more light, giving you cleaner details, better colours, and a huge jump in low light performance. The lens aperture is f1.8, so it can achieve a nice shallow depth of field and much brighter results when shooting at sunset or dimmer lighting conditions. I took it out for a late evening flight in Scotland and was shocked at how usable the footage was. You're also getting 4K 60 frames per second HDR, which is high dynamic range, and 4K 120 frames per second slow motion video. HDR means that you can get 14 stops of dynamic range, so your skies and shadows both retain detail, which is really useful if you shoot at golden hour or under mixed lighting conditions. And that 120 frames per second slow motion at 4K is absolutely buttery. Perfect for those cinematic B-roll shots of waterfalls, waves, or even people moving through the landscapes. It also records 10-bit video with H.265 encoding in both normal and log color modes, which means you've got much more flexibility when grading and can easily match footage from other cameras. For comparison, the Mini 4 Pro tops out at 4K 100 frames per second and 8-bit color in normal color mode. So if you're into color work or just want that more cinematic look, this is a big upgrade. Now onto low light and nightscape performance. Another huge improvement for the Mini 5 is the obstacle avoidance. The Mini 5 features omnidirectional obstacle avoidance to give you the most confidence when flying. It's vastly improved versus the 4, and you can choose how this is applied during flight, whether you want to bypass an obstacle or brake before it. There's also improved low light sensors, the addition of forward-facing LiDARs, and even AI to map and plan ahead. So you can confidently fly this even when the light has gone. This means getting up in the air ready for sunrise or coming back down after sunset is now more possible than ever before. And like I mentioned earlier, I actually tested this at night in Scotland, weaving between different depths and heights of the terrain, and it handled it like a champ. Normally, flying in low light is absolutely terrifying. The Mini 4 Pro used to really struggle to read its environment, but the Mini 5 Pro managed to spot obstacles early and steer clear smoothly. DJI has also added nighttime return to home and even non-GPS return to home, meaning it can safely return to home even if it loses satellite signal. So for example, when flying near tall buildings or inside a structure. That's such a confidence boost for anyone who's ever had that "oh, please come back to me" moment. Now let's talk about what I think might be the most fun upgrade, the 225-degree flexible gimbal rotation and true vertical shooting. You're no longer cropping into the sensor, the whole camera moves to give you full 4K vertical video. This gives you extra quality and extra post-production flexibility for social media platforms. The gimbal rotation is incredibly smooth and gives you more freedom than ever before. I used it to film Darren. I had the camera pull back as the gimbal rotated, which created quite a cool effect, something that just wasn't possible before without weird manual tricks. You can also use intelligent modes like quick shot rotate, time-lapse, spotlight, waypoint flight with this rotation. It just gives you more creative control and angles that feel dynamic and cinematic. Now onto ActiveTrack 360 and tracking. The tracking on the Mini 5 is very impressive and actually takes most of the tracking features already seen in the Air 3S, and in fact is on a par with the Air 3S for tracking features. The tracking now feels smoother, smarter and safer. It can track smaller and faster moving subjects and even has specific modes added for things like cycling. These are designed to predict the movements of these subjects for a more accurate track. Now when I was testing it on cyclists, it actually recognised the scenario automatically and switched into a more responsive cycling mode, keeping Darren and Dee perfectly framed, even when they turn sharply or sped up. In standard mode, it tracks at a steadier pace, great for walking or running shots. The new version also uses the omnidirectional sensors to predict obstacles and reroute mid-flight, so you can get these really fluid tracking shots without sudden jerks or stops. In this clip, Alex tried to pull it around to get forward-facing shot. Now, there were loads of trees either side of the cyclist, and I was fully expecting it to clip the post on the right. But no, we had the obstacle avoidance set to avoid, and it adjusted its path and just glided around it. If we compare this to a similar scenario when we tested it on the Mini 4, the Mini 4 just plowed into a tree and fell out of the sky. The maximum tracking speed is now up to 15 meters per second, which is much faster than before at 12 meters per second. Great for following cars or action scenes without losing your subject. You can also track from in front or behind, so you can be walking or running towards the camera and it will track at a set distance. And we've been told that in future propeller guards will be available, which will allow even closer tracking. Improved skin tone and portrait optimization means that this is a great choice for content creators who want their own personal camera operator everywhere they go. As always, DJI includes a full suite of intelligent modes, including master shots, quick shots, and panorama. These make it quick and easy to put together short videos, create cinematic clips without any pilot experience, or to create incredible panoramas. And for social creators, the fact that all of these modes now work in both landscape and vertical orientation is brilliant. No more compromise between cinematic and social media work. Take a look at our separate quick shots video overview where we explain these in more detail. New to the Mini 5 Pro is off-state quick transfer, which means even when the drone's powered off, you can still quickly transfer footage straight to your phone in the background. It's hassle-free and a real time saver. Another area with improvements and impressive results is battery life. With a new intelligent flight battery, you're getting up to 36 minutes of flight time, which in my experience translated to about 31 to 33 minutes before the low battery warning kicked in. Charging is faster too. All 3 batteries in the charging hub can be done in about 2.5 hours, and it can even transfer remaining power from one battery to another. The Mini 5 also gets up to altitude at twice the speed of the previous model, which means more efficient use of your flight time. The 04 Plus 10-bit video transmission system has had a serious boost as well. You're now getting a range of up to 20 kilometers with stronger anti-interference, though of course in the UK we're not flying anywhere near this distance legally. But what this really means in practice is a much more stable feed, especially when you're flying in busy environments with lots of Wi-Fi signals like cities or events. Physically, it's still that same ultra-light foldable design, small enough to fit in your palm, but DJI have refined it slightly. It's a darker grey and has a more nose-up design at the front. It's a touch sleeker, the arms feel more solid, and now it's C0 certified, which means you can fly it legally in more places across the EU without extra hassle. There's also 48 gigabytes of internal storage, so if you forget your SD card, which I definitely have, you can still record straight to the drone and not miss the shot. A nice little upgrade is that it can now be set to turn on when you unfold the drone and off when you fold it back away. This is a small but very useful feature. It's still ridiculously portable. I've been keeping it in my everyday camera bag and it barely takes up space. For travel, hiking, or quick content creation days, it's the perfect grab and go setup. I also enjoy the new body brace, which is a very similar design to the one on the Mavic 4 Pro. I can't tell you how irritated I got with the one on the Mini 4 Pro. I really enjoyed this touch. DJI has also released new ND filters, charging hubs and combo options. The ND filters are particularly handy if you're filming in bright daylight and especially when you like to record in pro modes, as I prefer to. The two-way charging hub is also clever too. It doesn't just charge batteries, but it can act as a power bank to charge your phone or controller on the go. You can buy this drone on its own with just the one battery and the simpler remote which connects to your phone, but I really recommend the Fly More combo with the RC2 remote. It's great value for money and you get spare batteries, the charger, and a better remote control with built-in screen. I'll pop all the links to both of these below so you can see the latest prices and any special offers. So should you buy the Mini 5 Pro? As a first drone for a photographer or videographer, you should absolutely start your search here. It's the perfect way to add another perspective to your camera kit for both stills and video. As a content creator, this is such a huge step above models like the Neo and the Flip. If you can justify the additional outlay, you'll get this back quickly with true vertical shooting and expert tracking. It's going to make your content stand out and get you seen. Versus the Mini 4 Pro, the Mini 5 Pro feels like a clear upgrade, bigger sensor, better tracking, more flexible gimbal, and slightly longer flight time. If you do a lot of low light or cinematic work, it's a no-brainer upgrade. Even if you have a Mini 4 currently, you're going to feel the benefits. Versus the Air 3S, the Air 3S still wins in terms of pure performance and wind resistance, and of course has two cameras. It's a bigger, heavier, and more expensive drone. If you don't need the second camera and tend to fly in more favourable wind conditions or areas, then the Mini 5 Pro gives you 80 to 90% of that image quality in a body you can take anywhere without any restrictions. It really is a remarkable bit of kit, and especially at sub £1,000 price point and sub 250 gram weight. After a few weeks of flying this drone, I can honestly say this is the most capable Mini DJI has ever made. It's compact, powerful, reliable, and it feels like a drone that doesn't compromise because of its size. The 1-inch sensor makes a huge difference, especially if you care about image quality or shoot in low light conditions. The night flying is genuinely improved, the obstacle avoidance is confidence inspiring, and that flexible gimbal opens up creative angles you just couldn't get before. So that's my full review of the DJI Mini 5 Pro. I'd love to know what you guys think. Are you tempted to upgrade from the Mini 4 Pro, or are you sticking with something bigger like the Air 3S, or even considering a Mavic 4? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We sell a huge range of DJI products at Wilkinson Cameras that you can buy online, so I'll pop a few links to those in the description box if you wish to check those out. And we have stores across the Northwest where you can see the equipment in real life too. Don't forget to like the video if you found it helpful, subscribe for more camera and drone reviews, and I'll see you in the next video.